Getting loads of gold on Build is as cumbersome as it is crucial, but it doesn't have to be that way because today I'll show you 3 of the fastest and possibly cheapest gold grinders you can build right now, with the last one being unbelievably good for its simplicity. So, let's go ahead and get started. The first one is very simple, just a pilot seat, a few blocks, a hinge, and a magnet. Well enough to get the job done quickly, maybe a little bit too quickly. Oh, what the heck? To use this, you click on the magnet to turn it on, press on W to propel yourself forward, A and D to steer, and S to end your grinding session very early. To build this, start by turning off anchor blocks. This is a property of the build tool you can access by pressing this plus button. Now go ahead and place down a pole, put a pilot seat on top of it, place 4 blocks behind it like so, put a magnet on the rear end of this beam, and make sure that it is pointing towards the seat. Right in front of the magnet, place a hinge pointing upwards, and then top it off with another pole. And you're done. Told you it was simple. Now this thing is quite speedy and somewhat difficult to maneuver, but that is to be expected when you use the Walmart version of a flying car. This second one is quite similar compared to the previous grinder, so much so that the same controls apply, but it is built in a very different manner and it is one tiny step closer to looking like an actual flying car. To build this one, you start with a pole, and as always, don't forget to turn off anchor block. Place a row of 6 blocks. Put a pilot seat on one end and a magnet on the other. Sort of in front of the magnet, you will place 2 blocks extending out like this, and you'll have to do the same for the other side, so that you finally end up with this cross looking thing. Place a servo on each of the extensions we just created, both of which should be pointing inwards, as you can see here. And in the gap between the servos should be a block instead. Make sure that it is not touching the beam or the magnet, only the servos. And done! Inspect your work in full amazement and take it on a joyride at the literal speed of light. But don't be too amazed yet, because this last grinder will put the 2 previous ones to shame with its near perfect speed, unmatched maneuverability, and lack of complexity. Simply turn the magnets on, use W to pitch up, S to pitch down, and A and D to steer. All the while the whole thing glides forward smoother than that moldy stick of butter you forgot in your fridge for too long. So, how do you build this thing for yourself? Simple. Place down a pole as always. Build a sort of platform. I suggested being 5 blocks wide and 9 blocks long. Put another pole in the center. Place a wheel pointing forward on top of the pole. On the back of this wheel, place another wheel pointing in the opposite direction. On the black disc of the back wheel, you will place 2 magnets like this. And for the other wheel, you will do the same, but only with 1 magnet. And it should be backwards as well. And then you finish it off with a pilot seat on top. Now the wheels are going to be automatically bound to the pilot seats. They're going to use your binding tool, hold control, select both wheels, and press on the pilot seat to cut the connection between the pilot seat and the wheels. Could you believe it? That was all there is to it. Trust me, you'll love this thing. Now, it is a bit slow at first, but eventually it will accumulate lots of speed and get you there at a reasonable time. So hopefully you found something that suited you, and I heavily recommend that you try each grinder out to determine which one feels best to control and use. That being said, if this video has helped you today, a like and a subscribe would be really appreciated, as it increases the chance of others viewing this video, while also notifying you of new helpful videos that I will be releasing in the future. Good luck with that gold grinding, and have a good one.